Good morning. It is quite cold and rainy outside, which is kind of making me want a nice warm coffee to start my day. Let's make a coffee. Alrighty, I'm at my parents' house. Let's just see what my mother has. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm gonna do, oh no! This isn't coffee! This is what I gave my mom for Christmas, a bunch of different 4 Sigmatic stuff. Let's see. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so we have a 4 Sigmatic coffee with cordyceps. This is perfect because I think this is only like 50 milligrams of caffeine, which is a lot less than a normal coffee. And I'm not really looking for caffeine. I just want something nice and warm, you know? And then I think I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of the Organifi chocolate gold to it just to make it a little bit chocolatey, because you guys know how much I love my mocha. Also, this has some really good like calming stuff in it that will kind of help offset the stimulation of the caffeine, so good combo. What else? Collagen? Now here's the tricky thing. I know that my mom keeps 2 different collagens in these, but I don't know which one's plain collagen and which one's flavored collagen. I'm gonna smell them. I think that kind of smells like vanilla. Oh no, this kind of smells like vanilla. They smell the same to me. And then I want just like a splishy splash of, what is this? Milked hazelnuts? Sounds good to me. Okay, we got the glass. Hot water. I am now feeling nice and cozy and warm with my little slightly chocolatey coffee. Hot. Ow. Anywho, it has been a couple days since I finished my 3-day water fast, and I wanted to take a minute to update you guys on the results that I got from doing the water fast, so everything that I've noticed that has changed, benefits, drawbacks, etc. Also kind of wanted to walk you guys through what I'm doing post-fast to kind of optimize the benefits that fasting does bring, and also kind of mention other things that you can do. So I'll take you through my day, show you what I am eating in a day post-fast, and kind of walk you through all that other good stuff. Let's start with breakfast, because I'm hungry. I have eggs with pesto and artichoke, some avocado with salt and extra virgin olive oil, sauerkraut, and pickled purple cauliflower, which is a new favorite of mine. One of the big things that I'm prioritizing post-fast is just focusing on whole and processed foods, which you guys know I do anyway, but I'm just being a little bit more careful about it right now. When you're going through a prolonged fast and activating autophagy, your body is essentially breaking itself down. It is eating up old damaged cells in order to get some energy. And when you refeed after your fast, your body can start to rebuild and regenerate. So basically, what you eat post-fast is what your body rebuilds itself from. And so I just want to make sure that I'm giving my body the best quality building blocks possible. So focusing on whole and processed foods. And then prolonged fasting also has a lot of really good benefits for the gut. So it protects a lot of the good bacteria. It helps the good bacteria flourish. It kind of starves off certain strains of bad bacteria. And so I just want post-fast to really help kind of nourish and protect the, in theory, better microbiome that I am cultivating. So one of the main ways I'm doing this is adding probiotic rich foods to my diet, so fermented foods like sauerkraut, pickled cauliflower, that kind of stuff, drinking a lot of kombucha, not like more kombucha than normal, not like chugging fermented foods, but just making an active effort to incorporate them into my diet every day. And then one of the other big things that I'm doing to support my gut health post-fast is continuing to regularly take my seed probiotic. I'm at my parents' house for a couple days celebrating family birthdays, including mine, by the way. Fun fact. And so I brought the little travel size seed container with me full of the probiotic. Here's the thing about taking a probiotic. Our guts are full of millions of bacteria, and the composition of this bacteria, or the microbiome, affects so many systems in the body. It doesn't just affect your gut health. Like, yes, when your gut microbiome is on point, your digestion is great, your food is absorbed well, you get the micronutrients extracted from the food that you need and the calories that you need and all of that good stuff. Like, even just gut health itself, discounting the effect that it has on the rest of your body, is insanely important. But your microbiome also affects your brain health, both cognitive function and your mental health. It affects your immune system, it affects your heart health, it affects your skin health, it affects your hormone balance. Like, it affects basically all the other systems in your body. So in supporting your gut health, you're not just supporting your gut health, you're supporting whole body health, which is one of the main reasons that this is one of my biggest priorities post-fast, is because it has such a powerful health impact. And that's one of the big reasons that I love seed specifically as a probiotic, or rather it is a synbiotic. It was developed with the idea of whole body health in mind. It's the first in a pipeline of clinically studied next generation products. The science behind it is amazing. You guys know me, I'm obsessed with the science. I love reading all the research, and they are using like the top-notch science in the development of their products. And like I said, the daily synbiotic is a synbiotic. It's not just a probiotic. So it actually has a probiotic capsule, but around that it has a prebiotic capsule. And so this prebiotic capsule is made from Indian pomegranate, and it not only protects the probiotic from heat, from light, etc. So that's why it doesn't have to be refrigerated, but it also protects it as it goes like through your digestive system, through all of the acids in your stomach and everything like that, delivering as much of the probiotic to your actual gut as possible. But it also helps feed the good gut bacteria, because that's what prebiotics do, is prebiotics feed the probiotics. So you're basically putting the food for the probiotic around the probiotic, and you get both of it. And then the probiotic inner capsule is a proprietary formulation of strands that are clinically and scientifically studied. It's a 24 strain broad spectrum probiotic with 53.6 billion AFUs. So I personally love seed because they really are aware of like the bigger picture of gut health and how it affects full body health. Like, one example is they actually have 4 strains in here specifically that are well studied specifically for dermatological health, so to boost your skin health. And they really are all about the science. Like, there's a lot of probiotic brands out there that are clearly just making probiotics because probiotics are a hot topic and people want to buy them. They don't care as much about the science. But seed is very much founded around the idea that having the science there to back it up is like the epitome of good quality, and they're just very dedicated to making the best product that is going to best support your overall health. So I highly recommend it if you have been wanting to get into taking probiotics, or if you've been taking other probiotics and like haven't really noticed a difference. It's a good chance it's because it's just not a good quality probiotic, and you might actually see a big difference with seed. So if you want to check it out, you can get 15% off your first month's supply of Seed's DS01 Daily Synbiotic with the code FitAndNerdy at checkout. I will leave a link down in the description box below. Go check it out. Highly recommend. I am about to go get a super quick workout in, but I'm having a tiny little pre-workout snack first. I just have a little bit of the Coco Pure coconut yogurt, and then just some raspberries and blackberries. I honestly don't usually have like a pre-workout snack, but it's been a while since I had breakfast, and I was just like a smidge hungry. I'm also kind of procrastinating going to the gym, not gonna lie. It's just cold outside. I won't go outside in the cold. I'd rather stand here and eat coconut yogurt and berries. So one of my other big areas of focus post-fast is mitochondrial health and mitochondrial density. Fasting in itself can boost mitochondrial health, but post-fast I feel like is a really good time to focus on mitochondrial health and density as a whole, because your body has just spent time clearing out like all of the old damaged cell junk that kind of accumulates. So it's a really good kind of like clean slate, so to speak, to boost mitochondrial health. So there's a lot of different things that you can do for mitochondrial health. I'm trying to do as many of these as possible. Some of them I am not doing, like cold plunging is one of them. I don't have a cold plunge yet, and I refuse to ruin my nice warm showers with 30 seconds of cold showering at the end. Just that's where I draw the line. I value my nice warm showers too much. But one of the biggest things that you can do for mitochondrial health is sleep. I have been letting myself sleep as long as I need, not setting an alarm, or at the very least if I do set an alarm, setting it like
9 to 9.5 hours after I go to sleep so that my body can get as much sleep as it might want. Getting sunlight is also extremely powerful. Obviously today there's a little bit less sunlight than normal because it's very rainy, but like in general I'm trying to get outside as much as possible, get as much sun on my skin as I can, and this just boosts vitamin D, which is critical for mitochondrial health. Red light therapy can also be amazing. Honestly, this would probably be an even cooler thing to do during a fast, but red light therapy has basically been shown to help regenerate mitochondria. There's a study that found that near infrared radiation rescues mitochondrial dysfunction, and it basically showed that red light helped neurons that had been deprived of oxygen and glucose to recover mitochondrial function more quickly. The sauna can help a lot in a lot of different ways, one of which being that the increased heat increases blood flow, which just helps with toxin removal from the body. So you're basically just clearing out any junk that would be preventing your body from working optimally. And then likewise, cold plunging can boost mitochondrial function and just overall cell function and quality. This is because overall it can help with blood flow, which helps deliver more oxygen and nutrients to the cells. One study published in the journal Frontiers in Physiology found that cold water immersion can help improve ATP production in the skeletal muscle cells. In this study, researchers exposed human skeletal muscle cells to cold water, which was 15 degrees Celsius, for 30 minutes, and they found that cold water immersion increased ATP production in the cells by up to 25%. And then last but not least, one of the amazing ways to boost mitochondrial health, function, and density is exercise. More specifically, resistance training and HIIT are some of the best forms of exercise to do this. So I am about to head off to the gym, get a quick little workout in. I don't actually have a lot of time, so I'm probably actually gonna do like Marissa's template for a quick workout, which will probably be like 2 sets of some variation of each of the 5 compound lifts, and then maybe like 1 more exercise if I have time for that. But we'll see when we get there. Let's go lift some weights and improve mitochondrial health and density.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first.
Alright, that was a very nice quick little workout. Now before I head off to dinner in like 10 minutes, I want to quickly go through the results of my 3-day water fast with you guys. First and foremost, most important thing that I want to mention, my weight today is the same as it was before I started fasting. I did not fast for weight loss because the amount of fat that you lose in 3 days of not eating is like extremely minimal. You do dump a ton of water weight while you're fasting, but then as soon as you start eating normally, you gain it right back. So as it has been a few days, almost a week, no, 4 or 5 days since I broke my fast, my weight is back to normal. So I repeat to myself, do not fast for weight loss. That is called starving yourself, and it doesn't work. So with that out of the way, one of the biggest benefits that I have noticed is my skin. I have lately been dealing with some skin flares for various reasons. I can go into that in like a completely different video, maybe an Instagram reel, I don't know. I'll update you guys on my skin in a bit, but like my skin has just not been super happy lately, but my skin is doing better than it has in a very long time. And it started healing relatively rapidly by like day 2 of the fast, and then by the time I broke my fast, my skin was like, I'd call it like 92% better. So that honestly by itself makes not eating for 3 days 100% worth it for me. I also feel like my digestion has been better. I didn't even realize that it wasn't 100% optimal, but like the last couple days my digestion has just been like so good. Another like big kind of more conceptual thing that I feel like resulted from the fast is having more like confidence in my body and my ability to sit with discomfort. Like I told you guys in my last video that is how I pushed through the hunger, was just learning to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I think that's a very, very valuable thing to work on. And now that I went through this 3-day fast again for the first time in years, I kind of tapped into that part of myself again that can kind of sit with discomfort. And now I am looking more forward to actively incorporating things like cold plunging and stuff into my life that's just, in my opinion, a very similar hormetic stressor. Where like, well, you're doing it, it's very uncomfortable, but it confers a lot of benefit. I also feel like I'm a lot more in touch with my body. Not that I wasn't before, but I feel like fasting really makes you kind of just turn inward in a way, if that makes sense, and listen to your body in a way that you aren't normally forced to. So I think I'm just even more aware than I was before of all of the nuance of what my body is communicating to me. And then just generally, I feel like I have a lot more motivation in my health journey as a whole. Like, not that I'm not normally motivated, but like lately I've definitely been less consistent with exercise. I haven't been doing as much as I would normally like to when I do feel really motivated, and now I feel really motivated again. And I think a big part of that is just everything that I already said, like my skin getting better, my digestion getting better, feeling more in touch with my body. Like, all of that I think kind of compounds to make me very excited to kind of tweak and refine my fitness lifestyle to be what I want it to be again. So all in all, very positive results for me. Again, this is not me recommending that everyone does a 3-day water fast. I gave that whole disclaimer in my last video, but just because I had a good experience with it, just because it has a lot of health benefits, doesn't mean it's for everyone. I just think that for people who already have a good relationship with food and a good relationship with their body, it can be a tool in your health toolkit. If you do not have a good relationship with food or with your body, then I recommend working on that before you even consider dabbling in fasting, because that can just end up in a lot of not positive things, you know? Will I do it again? Probably at some point in the future. Will I do it anytime soon? Probably not. I want to be really careful. So far I haven't noticed any like hormone issues coming up because of it, but I want to give myself at least like a good 2 cycles to make sure everything's like fine and dandy before I even like seriously consider doing it again. And even then I wouldn't do it like 2 months later. I think I'd love to make this like a once yearly or twice yearly practice in my life, probably no more than that. And also really just depending on where I am in life. Like obviously if I'm super stressed for a year, I'm not gonna be adding in more stressors like fasting. Probably a bad idea, but if I feel like I'm in a very strong, healthy, stable place and my body can handle it, then I may throw another fast in there somewhere. We shall see. Time will tell. Also, yes, I am drinking a kombucha. No, it's not to get even more probiotics. I mean, yes, there is that, but like I was just thirsty and I like kombucha, so I'm having one. For dinner, I'm hanging out with the one and only Christina of Christina the channel, of the podcast world and the Instagram world and the YouTube world. Where else are you?
All those okay. That's it, that's everything.
Christina is the one that guided me through my topical steroid withdrawal healing journey, and I couldn't have done it without her. So check her out. I'll leave her link down below. So for dinner, we ordered from one of our favorite places, Nectarine Grove, which is just like this amazing paleo restaurant in San Diego. If you're ever in San Diego, highly recommend. But I got the Boss Burger, which is just a burger with a paleo bun and some fries. I'm very excited because I'm very hungry.
Wow.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you give us your take on water fasting, since I just completed my first water fast in like 4 years?
In 4 years?
Yeah.
Really?
When's the last time you did a prolonged fast?
Probably like a year ago.
Okay.
I just did a liver cleanse.
Ooh.
Did you know that?
No.
I just did the medical medium 9-day liver cleanse.
How did that go?
It was the hardest thing I've ever done. Honestly, like 3 days in, I was like, I would much rather water fast. And had I known what it was gonna be like, I would have just done a water fast.
What'd you have to do?
You have to eat very specific foods every day. So it's like one menu for the first 3 days, another menu for the next 3 days, and another menu for the last 3 days. But it's like very calorically restricted.
Yeah.
Like you're just eating fruits and vegetables. There's no protein and there's no fat.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of fasting. I think it's great to do some type of fast like at least once a year, like maybe twice a year, even once a quarter. I mean, obviously there's so many physical benefits, but there's also just so many emotional and spiritual benefits, mental benefits, and like it's really good to reevaluate your relationship with food and realize where maybe you're like leaning too much on it, or even like what that represents and like appreciating it better, you know. And I think just everything that we can do to remind ourselves that food is fuel is really helpful. So I know for me that always kind of like helps me get deeper, better perspective on my relationship with food, appreciate it more, and also realize where maybe I was dependent on it for comfort in certain ways. I mean, I need it, but like you don't need it, you know? Or like how much of the day am I just filling with eating?
Yeah,
right?
That's something that I've realized, like during the fast, I was just kind of fasting, but now that I've broken my fast, kind of relearning where I am relying on food when I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
As I'm eating, I find myself thinking like, oh, I want a cupcake. And it's like,
I don't, like, I can tell that I don't actually want a cupcake. Like, I want it for other reasons, and it's a lot easier to dissect that, like, post-fast, I think.
Yeah, I think they're amazing. Like, I don't know, I think it's also just good to give your body some time off for a couple days. And like, you know, how do you feel over those 3, 4, 5 days, depending on how long you're doing it? Like, what thoughts are coming up? Because I think a lot of times we stay busy, we eat, our days get full. Eating takes a lot of time, cooking takes a lot of time, eating takes a lot of time. And when you take that out of it, it's like, what do I do here? Do I work more? Am I gonna sit here and think my thoughts and feel my feelings? Oh, you're right, like that is scary for a lot of people, and I think it gives space for a lot of emotions to rise. And like, whenever you're doing any type of like a fast or a cleanse or something like that, like, it's not just about that physical detox, it's also cleansing emotions, and that stuff will rise, you know. And so it can be really healing time as well. But sometimes when there's more open space and we have some room to try and different things, and then if that feels really good, we can think about how can we integrate that, you know. So it's like, if you feel that space with more social interaction, you're like, wow, that was actually really nourishing for me, and you're exploring during that food fast different forms of nourishment and like that feeling, you know. Now as you eat food again, how can I integrate that more regularly into my life? Like, maybe now I'm realizing it's important to me to have dinner, go out with friends, you know, or invite people over and cook. Like, I want there to be more social interaction at mealtime, things like that. So I feel like it just gives us some space to find some of those things that we need more in our lives, different types of nourishment.
I love that. I'm so glad I asked you that question. That was very insightful.
I'm glad.
The next day.
So when I got home last night, I made myself a giant mug of tea. And by giant mug of tea, I mean like yay big of a mason jar worth of tea, and drank that. And that was what I had for the rest of the day. One more thing that I will add to how I'm approaching my diet and lifestyle post-fast is listening to my body, listening to my hunger. Like, I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to restrict post-fast. Like, if I'm hungry, I eat. I have been finding that my hunger has been a little bit abnormal, in the sense that like, I'll kind of have what I normally eat and then be a little bit more hungry after that. And so I've just been like honoring that and eating a little bit more. I didn't fast to lose weight, so I have no problem eating a few extra calories post-fast because I didn't get any calories for 3 days. But anywho, those are my fasting results. Those are all my thoughts on prolonged fasting. If you have any questions about this, please leave them down in the comments below. One of my goals for 2023 is to start doing more like health interventions like this, like adding more sauna, adding in cold plunging, adding in kind of more of the hormetic stressors if and when I think my body's going to tolerate it well, just to like overall boost health and longevity. So I will be documenting that and bringing you guys on this journey. In the meantime, if you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!